What's up, guys? Kool-Aid here. Today I got some Battlefield 3 gameplay for you. Going to be playing some Conquest on Operation Metro. And I'm going to be using the 240 Bravo. It's pretty much the only time I've used the LMG post-patch. So, excuse me, I figured I'd give it a try. They were buffed a tiny bit in the patch. And I don't really use LMGs too much, but when I do get sucked into playing Conquest on Metro, it is my weapon of choice. Just the whole fact that you don't have to reload, all that good stuff, and more specifically, I like the belt-fed 34 damage LMGs on this map. But as I said, I don't really like to play Metro too much. This game almost didn't happen. I came real close to quitting before this map started, but pretty glad I stayed. I had a pretty good game. In fact, I think I started off around 27-1 with a couple revives in there. But anyways, what I want to talk about today is one of the things I've been a little disappointed with about Battlefield Premium. As you know, I was kind of a supporter of Battlefield Premium. I didn't really have anything bad to say about it. I figured if I was going to be getting all these expansions anyway, I might as well buy Premium. It wasn't a big deal to me. Some people raged about it. Some people like all the extra crap you get with it. I personally thought it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a problem. But anyways, with Battlefield Premium, we were promised 4 new game modes, I believe. I don't remember if at the start of when they first announced it, if they actually listed what those game modes were going to be or not. But so far as I know, we've gotten 3 new game modes that have come with Battlefield Premium, and basically 2 of them are just Conquest with a little twist added to them. One of them, the other one being Game or Gunmaster, and that kind of being more of a novelty game mode to me. It's not something that I'm going to sit and play for very long. In fact, I really have no interest in playing Gunmaster at all unless I could get a group of my friends all in the same lobby, and then it might be a little more fun. But anyways, so I've been a little bit disappointed by the lack of new game modes that they've actually come out with, because if you compare it to Call of Duty, which I'm not a fan of Call of Duty, but if you look at all the different game modes that Call of Duty has to offer compared to the different game modes that Battlefield has to offer, it's not even comparable. And I realize it's probably a little bit easier to do that with Call of Duty, but I still think Battlefield could throw in a lot of different game modes that they don't have, and they would still work as long as they did them properly. And so today I'm just going to come up with a couple of game modes that I would like to see in Battlefield 3. I actually have 3 in mind. One of them's a classic, and 2 of them are just kind of made up sort of things that I came up with in my own head or stole from somewhere else. But I think they would fit well in Battlefield 3. Also, I'd really like to hear what kind of game modes you could either come up with or you would like to see. More specifically, I'd like to hear you guys make up your own sort of game modes, kind of like what I'm going to do a little bit. I am going to steal some ideas from other places, but maybe give them my own little twist. But anyways, the first game mode I would like to see in Battlefield 3 in some form or other is a classic, and that's just Capture the Flag. I don't understand why there's not some form of Capture the Flag in Battlefield 3. I understand on like the big 64 player maps, the big air maps, might be a little bit more difficult to implement that. However, I really think they could do it if they tried. Obviously, you could throw some twists in there, like the flag could be some intel, and you can you drive it across the map, maybe in a really slow-moving sort of vehicle or something. I don't know, but I know they could make it happen, and I would love to see it happen. Even on the, even if they had to restrict it to smaller infantry maps or something like that. Maybe put a map only playable on certain maps, kind of like Conquest Domination. Something. I just want some form of Capture the Flag. I'm a huge fan of Capture the Flag. I have been since I basically started playing multiplayer games. I got really big into it in World of Warcraft, which is on a whole different matter. But I loved it in Call of Duty as well. So that's a major one that I'd like to see, and I can't believe they don't have some sort of Capture the Flag yet. The second idea I actually stole directly from World of Warcraft, and yes, I did mention World of Warcraft twice in a Battlefield commentary. However, World of Warcraft, as much as I don't like it anymore, as much as I played it, did have some really good game modes, really fun multiplayer game modes. But anyways, the one that I'm actually referring to is called Eye of the Storm. For those of you who've played it, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you who've never played WoW, Eye of the Storm is basically a mixture of Conquest and Capture the Flag. To be more specific, there are 4 capture points, one on each corner of the map with a neutral flag directly in the middle. You score points both by holding capture points and by capturing the flag. I believe the capture points, for the most part, were more important than actually capturing the flag. I believe if you were to hold 3 capture points the entire round and let the other team capture flags at will, I think the team holding the 3 capture points would still win. Now, if this was implemented in Battlefield, this might have to change a little bit. I don't know. The flag might have to be worth more points. It might have to be tweaked, obviously. Another thing that I would like to possibly implement into this game mode, if it ever existed, were that each of the capture points would spawn a different vehicle type, maybe. Each of the capture points, one could be like the airfield, one could be like, a tank shop, or whatever you want to call it, whatever place holds tanks. I don't know what they're called. Anyways, I think that could be a really fun game mode. It would probably work best on larger, air maps, kind of like the Armored Kill maps, whatever, Caspian Border, all that stuff. Actually, it probably could work on the smaller maps as well, but you wouldn't be able to implement the whole different vehicles spawning at different objectives, probably. You obviously couldn't do that if you were to do this on like a Conquest, Domination, or a Close Quarters map, I mean. But I think they would work better on, the bigger maps, because I just think the more room to operate with 4 capture points and the flag, the better. But anyways, the third game mode I've came up with, and this is the last one I'm going to be talking about, last sort of idea I've come up with. This is going to be kind of like DICE, just ripping off their own game mode. This is just going to be a complete variant of Conquest, and I'm also going to use that same idea where one objective will spawn like the AC-130. That's what this entire game mode is going to be based on. The way it would work, and this would only really be designated to large air maps. What I would do is, say you have 7 objectives. One team obviously starts at A, one team obviously starts at, F. Each objective spawns some sort of different type of bonus. You'd still have your deployment, you'd still have all your vehicles in your deployment, so if you're still getting pushed back, you'd still have that stuff to spawn on. But each objective would spawn a different type of vehicle. The better ones, better as you get towards the center. So that center objective would have something like the AC-130. If you're holding that, you're going to want to be fighting over that middle objective. It's going to be the most important objective. But then you could have ones, say like the first one on the far back could spawn, like 7 Jeeps or something like that. Just a bunch of Jeeps that would help your team push up faster. Then once you get to the second objective, that objective could spawn maybe artillery trucks or tanks or what have you. I haven't really thought about this a whole lot. But just the idea of all these spawning something different, or maybe giving some kind of air support. I don't want to get into too much stuff like that AC-130 where you're not actually flying it. I know that alone right there is pretty new to the whole Battlefield series, where you don't actually have somebody piloting the thing. So I don't want to really get into that. But I think just having something spawn at each different objective would be a pretty neat idea, and you could kind of do a whole bunch of different variances of that. But anyways, that's the 3 ideas I had. I know they're nothing too spectacular or anything like that, but I am very, very interested to hear what, if you guys can come up with your own ideas, or just other steal game modes from other games, and let me know if you think they would work well in Battlefield. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I'll try to do better next time. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Oh man, I was